In the quiet village of Ofe, there were two best friends, Tamilore, called Tammy for short, and Ruth. Tammy was an orphan living with her aunt, Beatrice. Ruth, on the other hand, lived with her single mother, Madam Catherine, who worked as a trader in the market. Tammy was a kind of child everyone admired. She was not only brilliant in school, but also well-behaved. The teachers often praised her, saying, Tammy, you are an example for other kids. Whenever there was a competition or event, Tammy was the one they chose to represent the school. Ruth was no dull student either. She did well in her studies, but she didn't shine as brightly as Tammy. Ruth didn't mind. She loved cheering for her friend. Go, Tammy! Woo! Tammy, go, go, go! You're the best! She would often say, clapping with excitement when Tammy won prizes. The two girls were inseparable. After school, they would visit each other's homes to do their homework together. They laughed, shared snacks, and dreamed about their future. But not everyone was happy about their friendship. Madam Catherine was not pleased with how close her daughter was to Tammy. Each time she saw them walking home together, she forced a smile, but her heart burned with jealousy. She couldn't stand the thought that her daughter wasn't the star student. One afternoon, Ruth came home excited. Mommy, guess what? What is it? Mommy, you guess now. Ruth, if you want to tell me something, just tell me. I don't have time for all this. Guess what? Okay. Tammy has been chosen as the head girl of the school, Ruth said, her eyes shining. Madam Catherine frowned. She pulled down the bowl of cassava she was peeling and looked at her daughter. As you just said that now, I felt like giving you a dirty slap. So you had the effrontery to tell me that somebody else is the head girl, while you are here as the what? You were chosen as what again? Of course they cannot give you post, because I think you are very dumb. You are here clapping for Tammy when she should be the one clapping for you. But mommy, she worked hard for it. Will you shut up? Worked hard for what? Ruth, you should be ashamed of yourself. Sometimes I often wonder, are you even my child? You are clapping for her. Okay, do you think Tammy is happy for you? That girl is pretending. She's glad that you are not the one chosen for anything. Stop following her around like a shadow. Ruth's face fell. She quietly went to her room, her heart heavy with her mother's words. The next day at school, Ruth told Tammy what her mother had said. Tam, I don't know how to say this, but my mom thinks you don't want me to succeed. Why will I want to stop you from succeeding? But you know it's not true. You're my best friend. I want us to grow together. Yesterday you asked me to show you how to do math, a particular topic in English. Is there anything you asked me for that I don't teach you? Why will your mom think... Please, I do not wish ill on anybody. Ruth nodded but looked worried. You know what? I think we shouldn't study together at my home anymore. We can study here in school. That way, you won't upset my mom. Tammy agreed, even though she felt sad. Meanwhile, Tammy's aunt, Beatrice, wasn't too happy about the friendship either. One evening, as Tammy helped her aunt cook dinner, Aunt Beatrice sighed. Tam, I don't know why you are so close to that Ruth. You know her mother, Catherine, and your late mother didn't get along in secondary school. Catherine was always jealous of your mom. She always had one evil thing to say about your mom, even when she died. See, I don't trust her. I know you like her daughter, but me, your aunt, I don't trust her. But auntie, that was a long time ago. Ruth and I are different. We are friends, not enemies. Maybe God is trying to use us to repair the bridges. Okay, bridges repairer. Thank you. You know I don't read my Bible. Well, don't say I did not tell you. Just be careful. Not everyone clapping for you wants you to win. From that day, Ruth and Tammy spent more time studying at school instead of visiting each other's home. They still laughed and walked home together, but the shadow of Madam Catherine's bitterness hung over them. Tammy didn't let it bother her too much. She focused on her studies and stayed her cheerful self. But Ruth couldn't help feeling torn. She loved her friend, but her mother's words made her question everything. One sunny afternoon, Tammy went to visit Ruth at her house. They sat in the living room watching their favorite show on TV, laughing and chatting as usual. Madam Catherine walked in, holding a basket from the market. She paused at the doorway, staring at the two girls. Tammy, sensing Catherine cold stare, whispered to Ruth, Ruth, your mommy is there. She's looking at us. You two, don't look at her. If you look at her, she will have something to say. Don't look. Catherine paced back and forth, her slippers slapping loudly against the floor. Finally, she stopped and turned to Tammy. Tammy Lore, don't you have anything to do at home? She asked sharply. Tammy froze for a moment. She understood what was happening. Good evening, ma. Yes, ma. I'll be on my way now, she said politely. After Tammy left, Ruth turned to her mother, her face red with anger. Mommy, was that even necessary? She's my best friend. You shouldn't have done that, Mommy. Hey, Ruth, you have the effrontery to tell me what to do in my house. Okay, let me ask you, were you the one that bought the TV? Are you the one? Answer me. No, Mommy. So let me tell you, the next time you bring that foolish friend of yours to my house, I will make sure I chop off your fingers. Mommy, it's not fair. Will you get out of this place before I throw this remote control at you? Ruth kept quiet, but inside, her heart ached for her friend. Years passed, and the girls finished secondary school and university. Ruth became a school teacher in the village, wanting to help young children learn. Tammy, on the other hand, got a job at a big event company in Lagos. Unfortunately for Tammy, her aunt Beatrice had died years ago. Even though they lived far apart, they stayed in touch. Tammy often sent Ruth gifts, beautiful clothes, food items, and other thoughtful things. Ruth loved the gift, but Catherine always had something negative to say. Look at her. You are taking selfie. Good. See, did you even come for my womb? I think you came out for my nose. You cannot be my child. How can you be taking selfie of clothes somebody sent to you from the city and you are happy, turning around? My friend, move away from this place, Joe. Mommy, why are you still like this? She's just being nice. Nice, my foot. She thinks you are poor. That you cannot afford anything nice. Look at you. Look at the way you are even chewing the chocolate. Poverty. It's because you are working in that dirty school. If they were even paying you enough money, I'm sure you'll be able to go to the big supermarket they just opened over there to buy it. Mom, please. She's only trying to help. Help my foot. That girl is a witch. She doesn't want you to succeed. One bright morning, Tammy returned to the village. She was on work leave and wanted to renovate her parents' old house. When Ruth saw Tammy, she was overjoyed. Tam, you're back. Yes, sir. I missed you so much, Ruth. Ruth couldn't wait to introduce Tammy to her fiancé, Tony. You will love him. I'm just gushing right now. I've been telling you great things about him. He's such a nice person. I'm sure he'll be so excited to finally meet you. Tony was the kind of man who lit up every room he entered. When he met Tammy, he was warm and friendly. Aha! So this is the famous Tammy I've been hearing about, Tony said, shaking her arm firmly. And you must be the lucky man, Tammy replied with a laugh. Tony's easygoing nature made everyone feel comfortable, but Catherine didn't see it that way. One afternoon, Catherine returned from the market and saw Tammy talking to Tony outside a supermarket. She seemed engrossed in conversation, laughing as if they shared a private joke. When Catherine got home, she didn't waste time. Ruth! God has finally done it. He has finally exposed your enemy. You will not believe what I saw today. You will not believe it if I told you. Mommy, I'm tired. What is it? Will you shut up? You're thinking I'm tired. Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. Do you know your friend is outside with Tony? I saw them at a supermarket. I saw them myself. And so, Mama, maybe it's just a coincidence. Coincidence, my foot. My dear, open your eyes. I know how I suffer to pray for God to bring that man to you. He's a wealthy man. Open your eyes before all these stupid village girls will snatch him. Especially Tammy that came. I am on a work leave. You don't know if she had an agenda before coming. Open your eyes before she snatches him from you. Ruth tried to shake off her mother's words, but the doubt had already begun to creep in. One evening, Ruth called Tony to discuss their plans for date night. "Oh, I'm sorry, my love. Work came up. We'll have to reschedule, okay? Please, I'm really busy." Later that evening, as Ruth walked home, she froze when she saw Tammy getting out of Tony's car. She ducked behind a corner, watching as they exchanged a few words before Tammy walked away. Her heart sank. That night, she confronted Tammy over the phone. "Hello, Tam Tam. What were you doing in Tony's car?" I ran into him on my way back from the salon. He offered me a ride. Is everything okay?" "Yes, I guess. We were supposed to have a date night and he called to cancel." "Oh, I'm so sorry. Please, I promise I don't have anything to do with that. I just met him when I was on my way back, like I said earlier. I'm sorry." Oh, no problem. Good night, okay?" But the doubt wouldn't leave her. Another time, Tammy came to visit Ruth, and they were watching TV when Tammy's phone buzzed. She stepped outside to take the call. When she returned, Ruth asked, "Tam, is everything all right?" "Yes, everything is fine. It's just a client planning a surprise engagement for his fiancée, so that's it." "Are you sure?" "Yes." "Are you hiding anything from..." "Why will I want to hide something away from you? Really, there is nothing. Just this guy. He has been telling me all the plans he has. He wants to do this, he wants to do that, and all of those things. So, everything is okay." Ruth nodded, but the unease remained. One evening, Tony came to visit Ruth and brought gifts for her and Catherine. Unknown to Tammy, he had also picked up a small gift for her, a thoughtful gesture for Ruth's friend. When Tammy opened her gift, Catherine's eyes darkened. The fabric inside looked finer than Ruth's own gift, though Ruth said nothing, but envy burned at her. That night, Catherine didn't hold back. "You see it now. Father, thank you. God, I thank you for you have exposed this Tammy finally, because if I was the one saying it, you say, 'Mommy, it's not like that. Mommy, she's a good girl. Mommy, she's a powerful girl. Mommy, she's a prayer warrior.' You can see it now. She's after your man. Okay, why did she decide to visit us today of all days? It must be that Tony must have called her and told her something. That was why she just sneakishly came over. Let me just tell you this. If you know what is good for you, make sure Tony does not sleep you. I told you to allow this girl go, but you will not. If you don't act fast, she will take everything from you." From that moment, Ruth's mind was made up. Even at work, it seemed like gossip about Tony and Tammy was everywhere. "Are you sure that Tony does not like Tammy? Tammy is even very beautiful. So I will not even be surprised if Tony decides to marry her. Abio, my sister." Gossips were flying around. Ruth couldn't handle it anymore. One day she had a dream that Tammy eloped with Tony and they laughed her to scorn in the dream. She knew she needed to act fast. Ruth visited a herbalist early one morning, the sun barely rising. She described her problem with a heavy heart. "Sir, she was my friend, my best friend, sir. I trusted her, but now she's going after my fiancé. Please, Baba, make her life miserable. I don't care what it costs. So I have the money, I will pay you." The herbalist nodded. "It will be done, my daughter." In the weeks that followed, Tammy's life began to unravel. She felt a strange heaviness she couldn't explain. One sunny afternoon, the house Tammy was renovating in the village went up in flames. The villagers gathered, helpless as the fire swallowed everything. Tammy stood there, trembling, her heart breaking. It was the house her parent had left behind, and now it was nothing but ashes. A few days later, her troubles deepened. Her boss called her while she was still in shock over the fire. His voice was cold. "Tammy, you didn't handle over your responsibilities properly before taking leave." "But sir, I left everything in order." "My friend, please, you did not. That's not what I'm hearing." "I'm sorry, but we can't keep you here anymore." The line went dead. Tammy sat in her room in silence, staring into nothingness. When she couldn't hold it in anymore, she confided in Ruth. "Ruth, I feel like my life is falling apart. What is happening to me? Am I under a spell? Is there something happening to me? Why will you say that? Tam, why will you say that? Ruth put her arm around her. Don't worry, Tammy. Everything will be okay. God in heaven will fix it. Look at me. I said God is going to fix it. Are you not a prayer warrior anymore? But Ruth's words were just empty comfort. Later, Ruth went to her mother, Catherine, and told her about Tammy's trouble. Catherine laughed. Finally, God is punishing her. You know, when God will punish her like that, she will not be able to fix her eyes on other people's husbands to be. Leave her alone, let her suffer, though. Ruth nodded in agreement. Anyway, Mommy, I want to show you that I'm your true daughter. I will make sure she stays in the gutter where she belongs. The Baba promised everything is going to work out for my good. She will regret going after Tony. Now you are talking. This is the daughter I gave birth to. This is the daughter oh my goodness. No, Come, let me argue. This is what I'm talking about. You have been dulling all this while. Put her in her place. God, I'm so proud of you. See. Take high five. Good girl. I'm so proud of you. As if life wasn't hard enough, a flood destroyed Tammy's house in the city. She had nowhere to go. The village gossiped about her endlessly, saying she must have done something to deserve such bad luck. Tammy decided to stay in the village and rebuild her life slowly, no matter how hard it seemed. Meanwhile, Tony heard about Tammy's situation from a friend. He called her immediately. Hey, Tammy, I'm so sorry about everything you're going through. Please, send me your account number. Don't say no. I know you don't like accepting gifts. Just send me your account number. I'll send you some money to help you rent a place, okay? Tony said. Tony, thank you so much. God will bless you. Tammy replied, feeling a small ray of hope for the first time in weeks. Tammy called Ruth later to tell her the good news. Ruth, please let me thank Tony. Tony sent me money to help me rent a place. Please thank him for me. God will bless him. Her voice soft. Ruth forced a smile over the phone. He's her friend. Tammy, the way you're talking like this, I don't used to like it. You know that Tony is a very generous person. Now you're calling me. I trust you. I know that. Please don't do that again. You never had a large sum of money. I would have given it to you. And now you're telling me to thank Tony. You know if I call him, he will not be happy that I am calling to tell, because you know how he is. And don't worry. I'll thank him since you insisted. Are you okay now? Yes, but please don't forget. I said I would. Don't worry. But have you gotten an apartment yet? Yes, I have. It's somewhere I can manage. Have you eaten? Oh, yes. Should I bring you pepper soup later? I will bring pepper soup and rice for you, okay? Take care. Bye. But as soon as the call ended, Ruth's face darkened. She stormed to her mother. Mama, can you believe it? Tony sent her money. Tam. She will not stop. That girl doesn't know her boundaries. Look at me. We must deal with her once and for all. The next day, Ruth and Catherine visited the herbalist. Ruth's voice shook with anger. Please, sir, I want you to make her disgrace herself publicly. I don't care how you do it. She must be ruined. The herbalist nodded. He performed his rituals and handed Ruth a small object wrapped in a black cloth. Listen to me. Pour this midnight and mention her name and say whatever you want to happen to her. It will be done. A few days later, Tammy went to the market to buy some food. As she walked past a store selling jewelry, her hand suddenly grabbed a necklace. She didn't even realize what she was doing until the shopkeeper shouted, Thief, see fine girl, she's stealing, thief, woo, thief. A crowd gathered immediately. Tammy, a thief? Someone exclaimed. It's a lie, she can't steal. Another voice said. But the mob didn't care. They dragged her to the center of the market square. A few people hesitated, murmuring, Please calm down. Shouldn't we find out what really happened? What? Thieves deserve no mercy. Someone shouted, silencing the doubters. The mob beat Tammy mercilessly. She tried to scream, to explain, but the crowd drowned her out. Soon, the blows stopped, replaced by the crackling sound of fire. When the news reached Catherine and Ruth, they laughed in secret. Finally, she got what she deserved. Now, Tony will be mine forever and ever, my daughter. Tony was in the city when he heard about Tammy's death. He drove straight to Ruth's house, tears streaming down his face. I can't believe this. Tammy is gone? Beaten by a mob? Ruth, where were you? What will I do? I was not even around before I came back. They burnt her. I don't even know what. Oh, God. This Tammy. Tammy is such a sweet girl. I knew it. You just said sweet, right? No, tell me the truth. It seemed like you've been having an affair with her because every time there was just something sneaky about both of you. What? Ruth, are you serious? Do you know that Tammy and I were planning a surprise proposal for you? Tammy was helping me organize it because she's an event planner. Before I went to the city, that was all we were planning. Every time we were always together. I don't know what rumors you were hearing. It was all about this proposal. This was the diamond ring I wanted to use to propose. We were supposed to meet up this weekend and finalize everything. I had sent her money, for the music, for the venue, for everything. What? Wait. Tony, please be serious. Oh, please. Serious about what? Why would I lie about a thing like that? That was why we were always meeting up. I didn't want her to tell you about it, even though she wanted me to tell you. Oh my goodness, what have I done? What have I done? What do you mean by what have you done? It's just I thought that she was after you. I let jealousy blind me. Jesus, what have I done? What have I done? I killed her. I thought she was trying to take you from me. She confessed. Tony stared at her in disbelief. You killed her? Hey, God. Ruth, you are a monster. How can you do this to your best friend? The date night you cancelled, the gift you... Oh my goodness, Ruth. But you know this is who I am. I'm a very generous person. I'm a free-spirited person. Oh, should I have hated her just because I'm going out with you? Is that what you want? Oh my goodness, what have I done? What have I... Was there sellotape in my eyes when I was going out with you? Why didn't I see these red flags? You know what? From today, I never want to see you again. And I pray that God will punish you for what you have done to your friend. It is over between us. Tony left, slamming the door. When Catherine came home that evening, Ruth told her mother everything. Mama, it's your fault. It's your fault. How is it my fault? You were the one that poisoned my mind against Tammy. You were the one. Catherine slapped her. Will you shut off your mouth? Do you want the whole village to hear? Mama, what have I done? What have I done? Why would I have killed someone? I've killed an innocent person. See, if you like, shout. If they come, I will just say you are the only one. I don't have any hand in this. Yes. I don't have... I will not... They come and kill me because of you. My hand and leg is not there. If you like, keep shouting. Better keep quiet. Ruth couldn't stay in the village anymore. She decided to go to the city and beg Tony for forgiveness. But on her way, as she tried to cross the expressway, a speeding truck hit her. Good Samaritans found her ID and took her body back to the village. Catherine was called to identify the body. When she saw her daughter's lifeless form, she screamed and cried. In her grief, she began confessing everything. It was me. I told Ruth to destroy Tammy. We killed her. Hey God, what have I done? What have I done? Now look at my body. My daughter's body is lying lifeless here. Please, I'm sorry. I killed her. Oh, we killed her. The villagers were horrified. Some of the men and women who had taken part in Tammy's beating were arrested by the police. Catherine died a few days later from heartbreak and shame. If you enjoyed this story, please can you click the next video showing on your screen, and please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more inspirational true life stories. Thank you and God bless you. I'll see you in the next story over here.